What's up, everybody, and welcome to Life by the Book, where we're taking life one book at a time, or in this week's case, 300 books at a time. I'm so blessed to have a bookshelf filled with books that I love, or actually will love, because most of these books I have not read. I did not become an avid reader until, again, after high school, as I've said in previous videos. Most of these I have not read. So don't judge me, please. I'm new to the book game, but I am on fire and I'm fierce and I'm coming with a vengeance to read all the books. So here's how it's going to go. We're going to take a look at every single one of my shelves, and on those shelves I'm going to tell you my favorite book if I've read them, and my least favorite book, and also the book that I am most hyped to read. Forget about me. Let's get behind the camera and let's take a look at these bookshelves. So on this first shelf, we have some miscellaneous books from my childhood. As you can see over there, the Twilight series, which I actually picked up at a used bookstore in Nashville for $3. All four of those for $3. The Aragon series, The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings, as well as some Rick Riordan or Riordan. How do you pronounce his name? Let me know in the comments down below. And I'm missing my Percy Jackson series. I do not know where that is. I've been looking for that over at my parents' house. I need that series to turn up. My favorite book on this section that I have read is probably Aragon. And the least favorite book that I've read, I don't have one because I haven't read a lot of these. The book that I'm looking forward to the most on this shelf is The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. Moving on to my next shelf, which is just some fantasy, young adult, different things that I've picked up. Most of these shelves you'll see are just really random in their order. I need to be better about my organization. The book I would say that I am the most excited for would have to be The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. I'm also really excited about, for some reason, this Savage Song. I don't know much about it, but I've just heard really good things about this, and I'm super amped for this book. But definitely The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. Super pumped for this one. As you can see, some other titles on this shelf. We've got some of the Witcher series. We've also got a random Jim Butcher over there. The Bear and the Nightingale. We got the Demon King, Caraval, which sounds very interesting. Let me know if you've read that down in the comments below. Sorcery of Thorns, which I got strictly because I love the cover. Wicked Saints. Many people have bad reviews of that book. And then moving on down the list, Nevernight by Jay Kristoff, I'm really excited about. Illuminae, haven't read that. You guys are going to see, I have not read a ton of these books. Crown of Feathers, I know there's a sequel to that I'm super pumped for. So basically this entire shelf I need to get to. Moving on to the next shelf. This shelf is probably my favorite shelf of all my bookshelves. My favorite book on this, because again, I haven't read a lot of these books. I'm one of those people that buys way more books than he reads. You see, there's two different hobbies. There's a hobby called book reading, and there's a hobby called book buying. I need to get more into the book reading hobby, but so far I've just found the book buying hobby to be super fun. But I am picking it up. You guys don't hate me, please. My favorite book on this shelf is Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone, Illustrated Edition. A sleeper book that I'm excited to get to is right beside it, The Returned by Jason Mott. Also Countdown 1945, The Atomic Bomb and the story of dropping that on Japan. I need to read Educated, Where the Crawdads Sing. I need to read Six of Crows and Scythe. Super excited for Peace and Turmoil, Elliot Brooks's book. I am the most hype on this entire shelf for, you guessed it, The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I've read some of Mistborn, love it, but I need to get to this one. Super pumped for this one. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this book, because I know many of you have read it. Another awesome shelf. My favorite book on this shelf would be Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. You see The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit over there on the left. Another copy that I have of that. May give that away. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments down below. I may do a giveaway in a future video. Also, Keeper of the Lost City. I Saw Reagan from Peru's Project. Check that series out. So I need to get to that. Also, the only plain in the Sky. Supposed to be one of the best, if not the best, history of 9/11 and the retellings of it. This is probably on this entire shelf the book that I need to get to the most. You guys need to pick this one up. Look at this beautiful cover of Fate of the Fallen. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? I love that. That's one of the main reasons I picked it up, but I also read the synopsis and it seemed pretty dope. Cursed. This was one of those books that I only picked up because I knew it was coming to Netflix, and I am a sucker for book to movie or book to TV show adaptations. I love reading the book first and then judging the show or the movie on how bad it is, because we all know books are better than movies. Comment down below if you agree with me. The two that I absolutely have to get to on this shelf are The Eye of the World and Red Sister. I know, two epic fantasy series that I have to read. Another shelf here of a bunch of books that I read as a child. The book that I'm most excited for on this shelf would be over here at the far left, Count of Monte Cristo. I've got to read that. I'm a sucker for a good revenge plot. Also Gone with the Wind, believe it or not. I'm really excited to read that. I'll go through these and just let you see some of them. I know they're kind of small. I'll let you see some of the titles. We've got Robinson Crusoe, The Grapes of Wrath in there, Invisible Man, Of Mice and Men, 1984, To Kill a Mockingbird's in there, Anne Frank's Diary, Lord of the Flies, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight right there beside The Outsiders. Don't sleep on that. The Giver, Beowulf, Bridge to Terabithia, What's Up, Charlotte's Web, What's Good, Shiloh, and Stuart Little. Man, some classics. Who read these as a kid? Let me know down in the comments below. You guys have got a lot to comment on this video. This is the final shelf of this bookshelf. Then we have one more to get to. A series of unfortunate event books. We won't even talk about these. We all know that they're probably one of the main reasons we have depression today. So not going to talk about those other than depressing. Also, we have Dracula, East of Eden. Some more classics up there. A random Dean Koontz horror. Uncle Tom's Cabin. The Jungle. Super insane, intense book. Tarzan of the Apes, What's Up, Dad? If you're watching, my dad really wants me to read that book. I will. I promise, Dad. Random Patricia Cornwell's that I think my wife is reading. And also, don't sleep on this. 12 Years a Slave. And let me just say, if you're African American, anything that is not Caucasian, let me tell you, white people are not better than you. You matter. I can't get the book back in. Just let me say this. You matter. Jesus loves you and he died for you just like he died for everyone else. So don't let anyone tell you that you're inferior, because you are not. You are loved and you are made in the image of God. You are perfect in his sight. We're moving on to the second bookshelf. And before we do, word to the Pokemon. I am a huge Pokemon fan. Let me know if you like Pokemon too. I play the trading card game, also the video games. I collect the cards. I love Pokemon, have since a child. Bunch of John Grisham books here. I'm a low-key John Grisham fan. I don't hear him talked about a lot on BookTube, but dude is low-key a great writer. Actually, not even low-key. Dude is an awesome writer. The Reckoning over here is my favorite one. I need to get to the Guardians and also all these other ones. City of Bones, another book that I love on this list. The Game of Thrones, there you go, over there. Also Dune on the right, which I read in a reading vlog, which I will tag right here in the cards right now. You need to go watch that video. I had a lot of fun making that one. I would appreciate it if you'd check it out. A bunch of these books I need to get to. I need to read more of the Cassandra Clare series, and I apologize for the camera movement because I am holding a tripod. Forgive me, next shelf. Another shelf of some randoms that I picked up because I have a problem, but I have not read yet. Kings of the Wild over here on the left. Wow. I have got to read that. Let me show you it. It's a beautiful cover. I have not read it yet, but I've heard so many things about it. I think our book club is going to read this soon, or maybe has. Shelf Space Book Club, I'll link it down below. You've got to check out our book club. We have so much fun in there. Senlin Ascends. What's up, Alan? If you are watching this, let me just shout out his channel, Library of Alexandria. I'll link it down below. Dude loves this book. Alan is so funny. I love that guy. One of my best friends on BookTube. So, Alan, what's up? Go sub to his channel. Ready Player One. Wow. Wow. All I can say is wow. If you haven't read it, I don't even care if you don't like sci-fi. You gotta check it out. If you would call this sci-fi, my favorite sci-fi of all time. The Nightingale, my wife read that, and she said, Alex, you got to read it. I know it's a beloved book by many. The Way of Kings, another book that I will probably give away because I have this big edition of it, but I also have this mass market paperback, so I'll probably give away that. If you're interested in that, let me know and we'll do a giveaway in a future video. And then we have Truly Devious, Ember in the Ashes, Black Prism. I have got to get to that series. I've heard so many insane things about that series. Moving on, one of my favorite books is on this shelf. It's not one of my top 5, which you'll see coming up in the next video actually, but I want to highlight a few books on this shelf. A book that I am the most hyped to get to would be Rage of Dragons here. Look at the beautiful cover. Revenge Story. Again, I'm a sucker for those. Wow, fantastic. Actually supposed to be reading this month. So as you're watching this video, I may be reading this book right now. What's up? Also, A Song of Wraith and Ruin. I love that cover. I need to get to this one. Heard some good things about it. The Starless Sea, I've got to read that. My favorite book on this shelf, wow. Three Dark Crowns. Blew me away, actually. 5 stars. Super good. Kendar Blake, if you're watching this, what's up? I know we're Facebook friends, but hi. I need to read the next 3. The Book Thief wasn't actually one of my favorite books. So many people love The Book Thief. I don't know if it wasn't for me. Maybe it was another one of those audiobooks that I listened to while I was exercising and it didn't do it for me. Valley of Empires. Also, wait. The Blade itself, Joe Abercrombie, read it. Valley of Empires just look at the cover. Come on. Come on. What a wicked cover, dude. Pick that one up, man, just because of the cover, and just let it sit there on your bookshelf, even if you're not going to read it. Promise of Blood, The Lies of Lockelmore, got to pick that up. Narnia, obviously a classic, love Narnia. Let's move on to the horror shelf. This is my wonderful Stephen King shelf with a random Dean Koontz over there behind the Institute. Let's talk through a couple of these. Many of these, okay, I've seen the movie, but I have not read the book. The one I need to get to the most in book form would be The Shining for sure. The one I'm most excited for is The Green Mile. I know this book apparently is super sad, will make you cry. My favorite one on this list, on this shelf, is Under the Dome. This book struck a chord with me. I really liked this book. Basically, they're under this dome. Okay, cool, Alex. The Long Walk, I'm actually reading right now, if you're watching this. Another cool one along with Rage of Dragons, What's Up? This book seems super, super insane. I know Stephen King, dude is sick, so looking forward to what he's going to do in that book. Gerald's Game, if you haven't seen this movie, I'm sure the book is great. The movie is sick. We've got It back here. What's up, Pennywise? We've got It, and we've got The Institute, which I think is one of the few that I've actually read on this shelf. The Institute, I enjoyed this. I enjoyed The Institute. Seems super, super, super sick. And I say sick in this demonic, crazy sense of how do people come up, how does a person, Stephen King, come up with ideas like this? The Institute, probably like a 3.5 out of 5, but still pretty good. Let's go on to the final 2 shelves. This shelf has some more randoms, but also all of my Book of the Month books. And Book of the Month, if you're watching, doubt it. But if you are, let's work together. My email's in the description. Hit me up. Justice on Trial. Over there on the left is the Brett Kavanaugh deal. Back when all that was going on, it kind of just documents that. The Boys in the Cave is apparently about this soccer team that got lost in a cave, and they were rescued. Let's see the cover. Deep inside the impossible rescue in Thailand. Super crazy. Well, I'll show you Justice on Trial, Kavanaugh Confirmation, the Future of the Supreme Court. I low-key like nonfiction. The Diary of a Bookseller, I love bookseller books and like libraries and bookstores, but this book was way too tedious to read. He wrote like a 500-word essay about every single day, and it was just too tedious to read for me. The Goldfinch, need to get to that. Out of all of these Book of the Month books, the ones that I'm probably most excited for is Home Before Dark, Riley Sager, Dark Matter, basically all of them, I guess, Daisy Jones and the Six, and then the Sundown Motel, I'm also very, very pumped for. So any of those 4, OCD. Anybody else? Let's go, come on. There we go, looks better. Okay, and then over on the right, we've got Redeeming Love, Francine Rivers. Out of this entire shelf, the one you need to pick up the most is Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. Absolutely phenomenal. Let's move on to the last shelf. The last shelf down here. Some more randoms from my childhood. Some ones that I really, really want to read. We've got some classics over here. We have The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. Dog's Purpose, a couple of Ben Carson books. Hoot, who remembers Hoot? This book shook me. What's up, Hoot? What's good? I didn't even know you were sitting down there. J.K. Rowling, Word to Harry Potter, had to pick this up. The Glass Castle, Sophie's World, a philosophical book that I actually read in college. Or, never mind, don't let me fool you. I was going to read it in college. 30 Seconds Over Tokyo is about this mission to bomb Tokyo in World War II. A couple more military books here. American Sniper, seen the movie, one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time, but haven't read the book. Definitely need to. Word to Chris Kyle, thank you for your service. The Art of Racing in the Rain, I know so many people love that, as well as some more random books over here. I've got the Crash Course for Dads-to-Be, read that while my wife was pregnant. And then the final book I want to show you guys. My daughter's name is Elliot, and this book is called When Elliot Grows Up, Daddy Edition. And inside it, my wife got us this. It documents Elliot as she grows up. So, so precious. If you want to know more about where we got that, I can link it in the description if you let me know. So that is my bookshelves. That is going to do it for my bookshelf tour of 2020. We'll probably do another one of these in 2021 whenever I have accrued some more books. Before you go, I want to thank you for watching. I want to invite you to share this with one person. I want a ton of people to see this and let me know what their favorite books are on my shelf. Be sure and comment down below what your favorite books are that you saw on this shelf. Make me a top 10 list. Let me know which ones you loved, which ones you didn't love from my shelf, as well as books that I should add to these shelves. Be sure to comment all those comments. Like this video. Let's see if we can get this video to 200 likes. I want to go out on a limb and say we can do it. I believe in you guys. And don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one.